Hello everyone. Another topic in the chapter Money and Banking is money creation by the commercial banks. Okay, first of all, we have to know about what are the sources of money supply. In the last video, we talk about money supply, definition of money. So here we are going to talk about sources of money supply. First one is government that create coins, RBI that create notes, and commercial banks that create credit for from your money. Okay, so we are going to talk in this lecture about commercial banks. Money creation by the commercial banks means okay. There are the basically two components of money supply. First one is currency with the public, and another one is demand deposits with the commercial banks. Means currency is created by the central bank because it has the sole right of note issue. It has the sole rights. The currency so created is high powered money, and the demand deposits that are created by commercial banks are known as bank money, like credit cards and all this kind of stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you how commercial banks create money. People deposits money with the commercial bank. The bank issue the money in their deposits to give loans. Okay, so people deposit money, and that money is used to give loans. When a bank gives loans to somebody, it simply creates a bank deposit equal to the loan amount in the name of the borrower. It simply creates equal amount of loan amount in the borrower's name, and this new deposit created by bank become a part of money. Again, that is working as a double. That is working again. That new deposit is created by the bank. It becomes a part of money now. Supply, money supply, because the borrower is free to use money as it likes. Okay, for example, I have taken a loan from the commercial bank. Now I am free to use it as I like. I can use it in any way. It's a personal, I can use it in the doing parties, or it's a home loan, so I can buy a big villa. Whatever I want to do, I can do with that money. This is how banks create money. Okay, this is the creation, but this doesn't end here. The money creation by banks lead to further money creation. Now we'll see it by example. Like suppose the borrower withdraws the entire amount of his account with the lending bank and spend it for buying the goods and services need for investment or consumption. Okay. This adds to the revenue of the seller of these goods and services. So this amount is working as a revenue for the seller from this that borrower is buying the goods and services. Now suppose that seller carry out all their transactions through bank, and again the deposit a whole revenue they receive in their DD, demand deposit account with the commercial bank. For the commercial bank there are new deposit. Now that seller deposits all the amount revenue amount to the bank, and then again it will work as a demand deposit account with the commercial bank. So they are the new deposits in the bank. Now they use these money in these deposits to give more loans. So this continue. This I deposit some money in the bank, and then money is lended to the another borrower. Then more borrower that use that money for goods and services and give it to the seller. Seller will give money to the bank as a demand deposit. Again bank got money. Bank again give it to the borrower as a loan, and then it will give to the seller, seller to the bank, bank to the borrower, borrower to the seller, and seller to the bank. So this is a circle that works, and this is how commercial banks create money. So there's a question comes: is there any limit to deposit creation by bank? Yes, there is a limit. Yes, there is a limit determined by the legal reverse ratio, which can be also called reverse deposit ratio. Means what is legal reverse rate? That is LRR. It is a fraction of deposit with a commercial bank which is legally compulsory for the bank to keep in the form of cash and liquid assets as reserve. Means, for example, like bank has deposits of 100 lakh rupees. Let the LRR be the 20%. That means it must have 20 lakh as a reserves. Like, I am a bank, I am having 100 rupees. So as an LRR, what I must have 20 rupees always with me as a reserves. So if there is anything, I can have some amount of money with me. Okay. And LRR keeps with the bank only. No one can have that. The 20 rupees will be with the bank only, not with someone else. Okay. There are some other terms that are going to be talk about in the further chapters. So these terms will be CRR and SLR. CRR is commercial bank will deposit that give that deposit to the RBI, and SLR will be commercial bank will keep with themselves, and there is a minimum amount of 10% that LRR should be minimum 10%. Okay, so this is all about the how commercial banks create money. There are two components of legal reverse ratio, that is LRR. First one is security liquidity ratio. This is a fraction of deposits which banks are required to keep in the form of liquid assets, including cash with the bank itself. And another one is cash reverse ratio, the fraction of bank that are required to keep with the central bank, which I have tell you before, that are the part of LRR, and CRR must be of 6% and SLR must be of 4%. So this is all about working of a commercial bank, how commercial banks create money. Okay, so I hope you are clear with that. Okay, the total LRR, liquidity reverse ratio, must be of 10%, and that is LRR is again of two types, CRR and SLR. CRR is cash reverse ratio and SLR is saturated liquidity ratio. CRR must be of 6% and SLR must be of 4%. I hope you get it. This is all about the money creation. And okay, LLR, legal reverse ratio, is also called as reverse deposit ratio. Thank you. I hope you get all the points.